Hello, I'm Justin Long, Director of Investment Advisory at Class Research.
And I'm Sean Howell, Insights Director at Class.
Joining us today is Joe Johnson, Managing Director of L.E.K and also the co-lead of their healthcare services practice. Today we're going to be discussing our 2022 Digital Health Investment Symposium held in Park City, Utah on September 13th and 14th. Joe, thanks for taking some time out of your afternoon today.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate being here.
You know, Joe, we were talking beforehand, but this will be our 6th year of this symposium. You've attended every one of those and in fact have been the inaugural sponsor from that inception. And so we're grateful for the partnership and the long-term standing sponsorship opportunity that you've participated in. Knowing that you've been involved from the beginning and participated in these events, why is DHIS so important to healthcare in your mind?
Great question. And, as you mentioned, having been a participant for the last several years, I think it's just absolutely an excellent opportunity for different healthcare stakeholders, payers, providers, operators, investors, technology vendors, all to come together in one location and discuss the most salient digital health and technology trends impacting the industry, and really gaining insight into how both innovators and disruptors alike are helping shape the future of healthcare.
That is that's a consensus we hear from nearly every one of our attendees or participants. So we're glad to hear that reinforced time and time again, Joe.
Yes, Joe. What do you hope happens at DHIS, and what do you hope that others will take away from DHIS?
The main thing I hope happens is that I hope we have the same type of engagement and small group interaction that we've had in years past. I've always found the intimate size and format of the event to be very conducive to meeting new business leaders and exchanging thoughts and perspectives very freely in a very organic and productive way.
Well, appreciate that, Joe. And I referenced you've been a sponsor for now, it'll be our 6th year. And your role currently is co-leading your healthcare services practice at L.E.K. What else would you like maybe attendees or those that are listening today to know about your specific role in healthcare?
Yes. So as a managing director at L.E.K, we are involved in M&A advisory and strategic advisory projects for all of our clients and in healthcare in particular. And through both that M&A and strategic work we do, we really provide consulting as a targeted tool to mobilize against opportunities, alter trajectories, and capture upsides at critical inflection points. So in many ways, I think we're at the crux of what we're calling this punctuated equilibrium that is a focus for the DHIS conference, and trying to be a critical part in driving the decision-making during those periods of growth and change.
Yeah, I know you play a pivotal role in many decisions, Joe, and I've seen that time and time again.
Joe, we're so excited to have you at DHIS this year and to have you moderate one of our panels. So one of the topics we'll be covering in the panel that we will be having you moderate is a panel on the dynamic solutions to staffing and capacity management. It's such an important area right now. Where do you feel the industry is moving in that regard?
Sure. So, staffing and capacity management have consistently been key challenges for healthcare operators. But even more so in this post-pandemic capacity-constrained environment. I think the pandemic really exacerbated what was already a pain point, and now clinician shortages are abounding even more. If I look back, while staffing services have played a very instrumental role in healthcare, I see the technology tools that can really get a handle of that clinician supply side inventory and that can really help optimize scheduling and staffing, moving more to the front and center. In particular, I think tools that are going to be identifying gaps and shortages ahead of time to enable anticipatory planning and really maximizing the throughput those will be tools that will help fulfill a really critical need.
Yeah, we couldn't agree more. As we rank and monitor a lot of these solutions in those areas that you referenced, those that ultimately tech enablement is going to play a key role in helping reduce or alleviate some of these challenges. Maybe not solve it right away, but we are at a very pivotal point, to say the least, right?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
In addition to maybe capacity and staffing and other challenges that are facing the industry, we're coming out of, and I love that you took the two words, punctuated equilibrium, that we're using to describe kind of this taking off point of this year's DHIS. But where else, if you look at the future of healthcare and you look where we're at today, where else do you see the industry really focused right now?
So I think an interesting way to answer that is to look at some of the investable themes that have emerged from recent deals in the healthcare IT space. So things like virtual care, patient education, clinical workflow management, care management, revenue cycle management. Those are a few of the areas that really rise to the top. So taking a step back and looking across those investable themes, I think it tells us a few things. One, access to care and efficient operations are continuing to be an area of focus, as is managing clinical risk and performance, especially in the context of value-based care constructs or value-based contracts.
Absolutely. And incidentally enough, those are areas that will also be covered in various themes or panels at the conference as well.
All right, well, as we wrap up today, Joe, we just wanted to ask one more question. What would you share with those who are considering attending DHIS this year?
You know, every year I've attended, I've walked away with some new insights, new connections across the healthcare ecosystem, and it's been a very worthwhile investment of time. And, you know, being in Park City in the middle of September is not a bad place to be. So I encourage you to think about coming out.
Thank you, Joe. No, we look forward to, again, we hope the Leafs are in full vigor and color again. It is September 13th and 14th in Park City at the beautiful Stein Eriksen Lodge, and we're looking forward to seeing you here in a couple of months back at that location.
I look forward to seeing you both too.
All right, and those who are watching or listening today, if you are interested in learning more about the symposium or would like to register, as I mentioned, it will be held on September 13th and 14th in Park City, Utah, and you may go to classresearch.com/events. While the event is filling up quickly, we do have some seats that are still available. Look forward to seeing you there and your participation.